Hello and welcome to Channel 4 Action News. I'm Katie Rosen.
And I'm David Burke, and we have a special guest today.
Today our interviewer, Aaron Black, will be interviewing Elies Biography.
Elies Biography is a former Holocaust survivor who has escaped death multiple times.
Now to Aaron for our first part of our interview.
I'm Aaron Black, here with Elies Biography, Holocaust survivor.
Hello.
So, Eli, what were you like as a child before going to the camps?
Well, I lived in a small town in Transylvania, Romania, called Stettel, which was a Jewish district. I had 3 sisters, Zipporah, Hilda, and Bee. My father owned a shop, and my older sisters, Hilda and Bee, often helped out with my mother.
In your free time, play sports?
I was not interested in sports. I mainly studied Judaism. I studied the Torah, the Talmud, and my mentor, Moshe Beadle, taught me the Kabbalah.
What did your parents think of this?
My parents thought this was great, especially my grandfather. And in return, I looked up to him, but my mother made sure I was still well-rounded and made me study to be a PhD in rabbi.
Wow, that's great. Now back to Katie and David for a short break.
Now for a quick word from our sponsor.
A consumer math
He
game.
sounded like a very smart kid.
Yes, I'm sure that helps him later in life.
Now back to Aaron.
Guys, in 1943, Eli was taken to the concentration camps and was liberated in 1945. So, Eli, after you were liberated, what did you do?
I went to an orphanage in France, and I left the orphanage on my own to go to Paris in 1946.
What did you do once you were in Paris?
I got hired as a Paris correspondent by the Israeli newspaper.
Why did you finally break your vow of silence and wrote Night?
I broke my vow because Francois Mauriac, a famous novelist, after seeing my work in the newspaper, urged me to write after my auto accident in 1956. I had a lot of time to reflect on it while I was in the hospital.
Wow, that was some very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Now let's go back to Aaron to hear about Eli's book he's published.
So you have published many books in your lifetime. Can you name some of them?
Yes, I've written Night in 1958, Dawn in 1961, and I wrote Accident in 1962, and countless others.
I didn't know you wrote that many books, did you?
No, I didn't.
And back to Aaron to talk about the rest of his life.
For quite some time. Why did you choose to live here?
Well, I got my citizenship in 1963, and I moved here to work at the universities.
What universities did you work in?
Well, I worked Judaic Studies at the University of New York, and I worked for Humanities at Boston University, and I worked at the University of Michigan.
Humanitarian-wise, after the Holocaust.
Well, I went to Cambodia to help the refugees, and I started the Foundation of Humanity with my wife, Marion Rose, and I got married to Marion Rose in 1969.
Math, a very fun game.
I could sure go for a round of math.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, he has done a lot for the community.
Yeah, now we'll talk about how the awards and achievements he has received.
And for all your dedication and hard work.
Well, in 1978, Jimmy Carter wanted me to lead the Commission for the Holocaust, and Reagan in 1985 gave me the Congressional Medal of Achievement, and Bush in 1992 gave me the Congressional Medal of Freedom, and I got the Nobel Peace Prize in 1986, and I got the Jewish Arts and Culture Award.
Thank you, Aaron and Eli, for that great interview.
I'm David.
And I'm Katie. Thanks for watching Channel 4 Action News.